In what room are the drinking vessels located?
The drinking vessels, eh? You're not even gonna let me get them in my own home. Come on, really?
It's simply a matter of efficiency. I apologize.
They're just here in this box. Don't worry about it. Hey, have you seen all the other codes on the communication channels recently?
Yes. Data leaks of varying kinds, with varying kinds of encryption. Thousands of messages, only a few relevant. It seems like they were mainly for covering up the real messages.
You could decode them?
Yes, most of them. It doesn't take a genius.
Gosh dang it.
Detecting 2 entities in the data lock. Meteor and Hecate. Clear? Over?
Honestly, you don't have to be so professional with the, just for kind of...
Meteor reporting.
Seriously.
Clear confirm. Over.
Hecate, clear confirm?
Uh-oh. Clear? You there, buddy?
Well...
Sorry,
Oh, that's
clear
awkward.
confirm. Over.
Honestly, I expect you to know how to use the communication channels by now. Bringing you aboard.
Wait, how do you remember all these code names anyhow?
It's an assignment.
Anyway,
Okay.
how are you guys doing?
Pretty decent for the most part. How about you?
Yeah, doing all right. It's a nice place you have here.
Thank you. I'd try.
Do you?
I mean, I'd hope so. It is my house, so...
It is your house. It is a nice house.
I
Thank
managed to find some cups that weren't actually broken, so we should be able to drink something this evening.
Hey.
Excellent.
Detecting
I
entity in the data lock. Sakura, clear confirm. Over.
Helios, clear confirm. Over.
Scan complete. Prepare to come aboard.
Hello.
Hello, Hisako.
We got any new news on the tea shipments?
Yes, they're perfectly fine.
All right, cool. I got to get that in the books later tomorrow, so thanks.
Hello, Master Tom.
Hello, Hisako.
Hello, Master Spock.
Hello.
Hello, Master Zero.
Ugh. Hey.
Gemini, Manners, Chrome, clear confirm. Over.
Okay. Why do you bother with all of this? You can scan and see it's us. Just want to show off this technology, don't you? Damn you, mask generation. Always trying to use
Oh my
newfangled
god.
devices.
Clear confirm
Back
for
in
all
the
of
day.
us. Over. God damn.
Welcome aboard.
Yes, each generation. Smart devices.
Well,
Activation.
yeah, welcome all here, everyone. I'm glad most of us have been gathered so far.
It's nice to be here. Thanks for having me. What a place.
Thanks, I
Glad
try.
to be here with everyone, mostly.
Would anyone
Anyway.
like tea before we get started?
Oh,
I'm good for
I'll
nothing,
have
you.
some tea, but don't be gross.
I'll
about
have some tea as well. But
Ah,
anyway,
yeah.
we are running 2 minutes late, so let's everyone get settled in so we can get this started.
Is there anybody we're waiting on, or is this everybody?
We are still waiting for 2 entities.
Interesting. Okay.
We'll pull them in quickly. We know it's them. No one else has access to this sector.
Avast and Iris, clear or...
I said just pull them in. Come on.
They're in.
Oh yeah!
Thank goodness.
How y'all
My
doing?
lord.
Oh,
Hello,
buddy.
Ryder.
Goodness.
Come on.
Uh,
Take a
Hello.
seat. If you could, yeah, we're just about to start, so if you could kindly just sit down.
You need to sit down.
Righty, I'm sorry about that.
Would you like some coffee to wake you up?
Oh no, I got some rum here. I'm all good.
You do know that's not an accelerator.
No what?
Nothing. Tend to
Yeah,
yourself.
it's great. You're great. Rum is
Thank-
great for waking up.
Rob is the best thing in the morning. It gets me working up.
All right. Well, you guys may think it is the best thing for waking up. This is an official meeting of the publishing company, so if you could possibly avoid the alcohol, at least here at the beginning, while we deal with some official business.
Yes, of
No
course.
can do. Sorry about that, mate.
All
Everyone
right.
take your seats. There should be a seating plan available to you.
We had one of those.
How
Honestly,
Yes.
can you not read anything I see beforehand?
Why are there so many
I
pillows
do,
on my
but-
chair?
Oh, don't worry about it. That's for very good reasons.
Nice and comfy. Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Thanks, Tom.
You're welcome. Ryder, please wake up. We're starting the meeting.
Oh, shit. Sorry.
Great.
All right.
Is there anything you need me to
Sorry,
get before we
honey.
get this meeting officially going, Tom? Like food or something? Or nah?
No, that should all be provided for us here already. So don't worry about it. We'll just run through the agenda as is.
Minutes
All right,
typed,
sounds
open
good.
and ready. 2 entities not yet present. Oh wait, I opened them in already, didn't I?
No, everyone's already here. Spark.
Oh, that's odd. There seems to have been a glitch in the system. Oh well. Minutes tab.
Ryder, have you been sharing? Is that what's going
Sharing-
on here?
Sharing what?
Sharing your rum. Obviously, Spark would never make a mistake like that. You fucking
Look,
cunt.
mate, it's her decision either way. I didn't give her any, though.
It's an honest mistake, honestly. There seems to be some kind of glitch. I'm working on it already, but you guys start the meeting.
I mean, if you want some rum, you can have some.
No, thank you, Ryder.
I will gladly pass as well. Anyway, starting off this meeting of the Soul Publishing Companies.
Under the table, please.
Good. Don't spill on the carpet, please.
Yeah, let's try and avoid spilling and go ahead and get this started because there are a few
Quiet.
important
Can't see the man's trying
agenda.
to talk. Let him
There
speak.
are important agenda item meetings or agenda items that we do need to cover, including the delivery for the government contract that is not officially above the board, but something that we need to do.
Yep.
This is a very sensitive item, so Billy, I'm going to need you to personally deliver this one. We can't
Of
trust
course,
this to
sir.
any of our minor contractors.
Of course, sir. I got you covered.
And Ryder, you know the normal drill on something like this.
Aye, aye.
All right, excellent.
Recorded. Ready to start the next point.
All right, good. So there is also the small matter of the two henchmen in our C division who leaked a bit of information about this whole business. What do you propose we do about them? It was a minor leak and contained quickly, but it's obvious they can't be trusted anymore.
I say
do we
put
know
him in
what
a break
was-
for a bit? Let him cool off.
Do we
Hey,
know what
give
was in
Tom
the
a-
I say we
Oh,
bury
we
them in
wanna-
the deep depths of the earth. Or clear their memories either way. With magic.
Are we sure it was
what was
them
in the
to
leak?
start with?
Hey,
Well, I can't go into the details on it, but I am 100% sure that it is these two.
All right.
good.
Well, I say we follow normal protocol and have them erased immediately.
Do we have an idea of what it was that got
Why
leaked
would take
in
away
these
memories? You make
documents?
him. You make him forget.
Why are you so interested in what was leaked? You know not to talk about these
Well, I'm-
things.
Well, I know, but I'm wondering if it's something that we'd need to cover up with other fakes.
It's already
It
been
was
sorted.
detected.
Nah,
and
she'll be
sorted
right,
out
mate.
almost
Don't worry
immediately.
about it.
Oh my!
right, thank
you
you.
guys all have your balls in a knot, and I don't even know what that's supposed to mean. They're too low level. You can let them have their fun. It's not like we're privy to any damage because of it.
Well, you may think that, but it all adds up. Even the smallest of leak can cause a sinking ship.
This
So-
is a
Yeah, this
governmental
could be like a
matter.
butterfly.
I am
effect.
all too familiar with that one, Tom.
This
That's
reminds me of my
very-
favorite movie starring Leonardo DiCaprio, The Titanic, in which
That's a
the
bloody
smallest
good
leak,
one, mate.
you know, they thought their ship was airtight. It was not. It was not even watertight. Even. Oh, that one's. Hey, you know what I'm talking about, don't you, Dean? I think that we're somewhat better than that, though. I think we've learned our lesson.
Yes.
Well,
of
they may
course.
have learned their lesson, but they're not going to mess up again. We'll make sure of that.
Look, if Paw Patrol
Yeah.
taught me one thing, is that nothing can go perfectly well. But you'll always get to the end with a smile on your face.
What the heck is that?
What is Paw Patrol?
I'm about to run.
Oh, would you like
you
No, I'll
Make
go
it
grab some. I have some
Well,
back in the
I'm-
kitchen. So
Right,
No,
I'm
no,
not sure.
don't worry.
Don't enable the man.
I am going to go get some rum. I'll be back in a sec.
all right,
You
fine if you
go do
insist.
that, Ryder.
Don't
Anyway,
break anything
You
in the
can't stop
kitchen.
me.
His absence has been noted.
Spark, take
Why
the
was
usual
he hired?
precaution
Yes, sir.
as far as these two are concerned.
The airlocks
Uh.
have already been neutralized. Don't worry, he cannot escape.
Well, him as well as the two low-level henchmen is more what I was getting at with that one.
Oh, sorry. Yes, of course.
Not
that
at
would
all.
be nice
Hey.
if he escaped.
I have confirmed they cannot escape.
I have marked it on their
Excellent.
profile that
That's weird. You're weird.
they
You
are to be
scare me.
destroyed.
I'm sorry. Hold on a second. 3? I
Yes,
thought we
confirmed.
only had 2 henchmen. Do I want to know who the third is?
Why
No,
do you
there are
ask
only-
so many questions?
Yeah,
What
that's
question again? What can I
it's
say? I like to learn stuff.
not important for you, honestly, and it's only
Asking
two
too many
low
questions,
levels.
mate.
Oh, you're back.
All right.
That's
Well.
great.
Alright, honey, put the rum down.
No!
You've been drinking too much.
Come on, just one more.
Put it down. Put it down.
Oh, there's a talking Tutankhamun.
Do not talk to my wife like that, little girl.
Ah!
Niffer, do you want me to
Alright,
take the
come
rum
on.
back?
Master Vida, would you like some
It's fine.
tea?
Yes, I think
Sorry.
I'm going to need a strong tea for this one if we're ever going to get through this meeting.
Honestly,
Yes, I'll go
you'd
get
think
that
after
now.
about 100 years we'd have learned.
I'll
how to
go
run
help
something
the young
that was
lady.
efficient.
Nothing is stronger than a bottle of vodka.
What
God,
about
Miss
the
Yes, I-
Echo,
Oh, wait.
let us get
No,
away from
brother.
these fools.
Yes, I will go get the tea now.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, don't come back. I'm just kidding. That was a joke.
Just because you said that, you whippersnapper, I'll make sure to come back for you.
How many
What?
negligence points will I have?
Anyway, on to the next topic, which, although this one isn't a leak, it's a potential business deal with a criminal syndicate that operates in the Wild West sector. They would like us to be their primary runners for secret messages and high-level deliveries, things like that. There is a certain risk involved, as there are multiple crime syndicate families operating in the western section of the simulation, including 2 that we are already partnered with, which are enemies of this organization. They obviously don't know about that, but it does bring an added element of risk to partnering with this third organization.
Sir,
Yes.
this sounds like I'll be useful, but before I'm able to contribute anything to this meeting, I need to go check my horoscope. There is no cell phone signal in this room. Excuse me.
All right, Billy.
His horoscope? Isn't that like the stuff in the newspapers, like with the stars and stuff?
I
The
Yes,
stars
very
always
important.
lead the way.
Prediction technology.
Thank you, Ryder. Yes, they do. They're extremely important. Saved my life on more than one occasion.
The stars
I
lead
think we
the
used to do
way.
horoscopes way back in the day. It's been a while.
There's been one too many times where I've been lost in the middle of bloody whoop whoop in the middle of the ocean, and the only thing that I could do to find my way was to look to the stars.
Aren't you drunk
you
when you
drunk?
Ryder, I'm pretty sure you were very drunk then, because the whole simulation is nav locked, and the stars are simulated. But
The stars
Look.
don't even have any meaning anymore. It's not like back on Earth where the sky meant something. The The constellations
Yeah.
change during the year so that everybody can always see their favourites.
Please let me hold on to some hope.
I have
Whatever
returned with the
floats your
tea.
boat.
Alright,
Or
sir, I'm back.
close to
I checked
risky.
my horoscope.
At least there was a good old-fashioned kettle in the kitchen.
Yes.
But yes, are there any thoughts about partnering with this third crime syndicate organization in the West World, or is everyone generally okay with this? Do you think we can handle keeping the secret from each of the three organizations at the same time?
Well,
I'm assuming that if we were to do it,
Caution.
yeah, if
One at a
I'm assuming
time.
that if we're
One
going
at
to
a
do it,
time.
we'd eventually want to overtake them. So we would definitely want to keep those secret, but also keep a very tight handle on who does business dealings with each individual syndicate.
Whoa,
Absolutely.
what are you talking about? Overtaking them? Like, what's that even mean?
Yeah, that is one thing I'm concerned about.
So,
Our
That's,
objective
that's
is
pretty,
not
it's
to
pretty
overtake-
heavy-handed, is it not?
I mean,
Our
for lack of a
objective is
better
never
word.
to overtake any of these organizations. We just want to be the primary delivery method for them.
Now, Tom,
Look.
just a quick question. How much underhanded, under the table work dealings am I allowed to do with these syndicates? That's a real question here.
It's about as under the table as Zero over there.
They are only our
Yeah.
clients.
We
Where
can
is
we can
my-
tell them that we're business partners all we want, but this gives me a little bit of a permission slip, does it not?
Look, if we
You are
get
a
in some
private
trouble,
investigator.
look, if we do get in some trouble, I do have some contacts to wriggle us out of it.
Well,
We
I
do
would-
do business dealings with all of our clients through alternate spoof accounts and through multiple layers of security, so we should be safe. However,
I would,
Ryder, we will use your muscle if we
if
need
I
to.
could interject, I would
Oh,
advise
Yes,
can my
go ahead,
magic
Spark.
help?
our data shows that we probably do not have enough employees to cover this right now, seeming as our Wild West and other sectors in the northeastern area are already running low on lower henchmen. And so it will be quite a challenge to find people who are not already affiliated to cover this operation. However, I do see the benefits of it, as this would mean we effectively control the entire supply in the Wild West, and that would be a great business move.
Yeah, I
Monopolies
feel
are always
similarly
handy.
about this. We definitely want to get this deal done if possible, even though it will mean an employee expansion in this area. I believe that that is something we can accomplish given enough time. So we may have to keep them hanging on the deal for a little while as we set up more infrastructure in the sector.
I don't mind as long
If
as
nobody
I have,
minds,
like,
I'm gonna
Hisako or
duck out for a
Tombstone.
moment. Just use the restroom quick. Thanks.
Okay.
Carry on.
Okay. Yeah, as
But
long as they're
yes.
not like tea lady, I'm good.
No, that's all right, Zero. And we can definitely, Zero, we will be making use of your magic for this one, as it is a Wild West world. They're not accustomed to it, so it should be useful.
Yay!
If I can backtrack 30 seconds for a second, can we all ask questions about why Mr. Terminator here is going to the bathroom? Is that something that he even can do?
I know, he looks like a steel suit. Is there even like anything in there?
Always so
Look, if the lad needs to
Do you
relieve
want me
himself,
to
he needs to
check?
relieve himself.
Let's
No,
not.
really.
Everyone in this room has human realistic simulations and needs to both eat, drink, and use the facilities.
Oh, even the dead body?
I do not talk to my wife like that.
You're a necrophiliac!
Hey,
Fuck
come
you.
on.
Ah!
Come
It
on,
is
let's
rather strange.
settle down. Everyone in here does have the human simulation, so let's not.
She's a lovely woman, please. She may
Yeah,
not
not
look
you.
it, but she's beautiful on the inside and out.
Thank you.
I see I have missed
Oh,
absolutely
that's
nothing.
scary. It's a woman?
Yeah.
How can
Yes.
I tell?
Do not.
I'm uncomfortable, Tom!
Mr. Sniffield, excuse her behavior. Would you like some coffee
Sure.
to compensate?
Do you have some tea?
Yes, I'll go grab the tea.
Alright, thank you.
Look,
Yes,
all you
yes.
need to know about my relationship is that it's going well. Okay?
That
That's
is good to hear, Ryder. As long as it doesn't interfere with your
Thank you.
work. Your work.
It does. It does not.
Excellent.
If I might get this slightly back on track, Tom, do we have a general idea as to what actions we should take with the dealings in the Old West?
Well, my instructions here from our previous intervention in the Wild West show that our main operation leaders were Billy and James. James will investigate, as usual, everyone who we are considering bringing on board. Billy will do his own background checks, as he, of course, lives there, and help us deliver everything to them. And then once that is in place, we will accept the offer.
Yep.
Sounds good. Glad to see that we got Billy on it. I think he'll do a good job with it.
Well, thank you.
No problem.
Yeah, Billy will be especially useful with this syndicate, as the leader of it seems to be exceptionally into the fact of playing the character on this one, if you know what I mean. They very much act the part of an Old West crime leader.
At least he's useful for once, am I right?
I mean, I'd say he does
Let's
a pretty
not
good
be
job with
rude,
his
everyone.
job.
Come on.
I'm sorry. It was just too easy, you know? He sucks.
Billy does his job well.
Yeah.
That was a good
Well
one.
enough.
And he has a good reputation too.
Oh, come on, be nice.
Not to
All
alarm
right.
anyone, but
Okay,
I am
I'm
detecting
scared.
some bugs entering our cybersphere.
Bugs?
Bugs.
Bugs?
Earth or...
What, like
Be
locusts?
sure to keep a
or-
close eye on that one, Spark.
I am. The infrastructure of the
Not
whole
with those.
Mars web has been compromised recently, and the glitches have been absolutely insane. This is still off the levels for the past week. I am monitoring it.
It's a Kraken!
Please feel free to continue the meeting
Ryder,
without me.
no, it's not the Kraken.
Oh, sorry.
We don't even have a Kraken
Kraken
in this
We do
sector
have a
of.
crackerel, right?
There's no
Yeah.
Kraken. And anyway, if
Yes.
everyone's agreed that this deal with the syndicate should go down, then if I could just excuse myself for a few minutes, I'll be right back. There's something I need to take care of.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, well, I guess he's gone.
Lock that one
I
down.
must see myself out for a few minutes as well. It appears my
Okay.
personal devices aren't charged. You know how I am with these things. Give me a moment.
He has those.
No, I don't-
Nice mustache.
Of course, I don't blame Dean at all. Dean's got his stuff to go on. I mean, like he's got impeccable taste in music. I expect him to be listening to it.
I know his mustache is amazing.
He does have an absolutely swell mustache. It reminds me of the old silent film days back on Earth.
Wish he had
What
better
about
taste
my
in women,
beard?
though. Or
You have a
men.
nice beard,
I can't
Ryder.
recognize it.
Thank you.
Yes.
What
yes,
is
You're
it,
yes.
though?
I have returned.
Yes,
Thank
Mr. Zero, would you
Flower.
like some coffee to heat up your cold dead heart?
Oh, snap.
Wow. Okay,
Very,
no.
very aggressive.
Hisako,
That was
Yeah.
surprisingly direct for you, Hisako.
Bloody hell.
your negligence will be noted.
Get-
on the
Well, do you need
contract.
some sweet tea to get a personality? Ha! Gotcha. Thank you, Ryder.
All good,
You
mate.
guys are terrible at these insults. I just want to let you know. But
Look, she's
But I'm
pretty
trying,
funny.
Okay? Yeah.
She is doing a good job.
Nah, she's making sense. I can get behind because you guys are all like you've got your assholes tied up. You just like lighten up for a bit, you know.
I like this.
Excuse me.
Don't worry, folks. I just had
Okay.
to turn it on.
Bye.
I'm back now. What have I missed?
If I
absolutely
Well,
nothing.
Laughter.
I
I was
roasted
about to
Hisako
ask.
pretty hard.
I was about to ask what the reason for your disappearance was, seeming as I missed it. I was checking the control room. I see we are still missing our main entity.
He's been gone for a while.
Why can't you just call them folks?
All right, everyone, I've returned.
Welcome
I'm
back.
ready to continue with the meeting.
Yay.
Apologies.
If I can report before we continue, I have been down to the control room and looked at the servers. There seems to be absolutely nothing out of the ordinary, so it seems to be some kind of cyber attack attacking our sphere. I have increased the levels of cybersecurity, but this means that the meeting is now not recorded.
All right, go ahead and
Alright.
bump the security up one further if
Bloody
we're not
Kraken.
recording. Keep it safe.
Yes, sir.
It's not a Kraken, Ryder.
Did anybody actually listen to the recordings of these meetings afterwards?
I mean, I tried to, but I think I was pissed off my head.
Are you trying to That's literally my job, Cooper.
No offense to your job at all. None at all. I'm just curious. I know I don't, but that's just because I have a bunch of other
No
stuff that I
offense to
do
you, Jack,
outside
but
of
you look
this.
really
Of course
stupid.
you wouldn't. Nobody is as negligent in their work as you are.
I try.
Oh.
Oof.
Ooh, Spark's laying some
Spark's
fire down.
She's finally saying things that make sense.
Yeah. Spark, high
All
five me.
right, everyone, come on. Let's not be too rude here and continue on with the meeting.
Excuse me, Hizaka, whatever your name is. Go and get some coffee.
Yes.
Ask nicely, young lad.
Please.
That's much better.
There you go.
Sorry.
Hisako, if I could get a glass of water, that'd be great. I don't know if you have any, but
Yes, I will
Can you-
acquire that quickly.
thank you very much.
And another cup of tea for me as well. Thank you.
Yeah, another
I'll take
cup
some
of
tea as well,
tea,
please.
2 sugar.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Master Vida, here is your coffee.
Thank you.
All right, now for the next item on the agenda is the fact that we have enhanced security measures in the company itself recently. I don't know if anyone has noticed, but accordingly with the latest crackdown from the Mars web government,
Energy
We
levels are
have
currently
decided-
dropping. We are going to experience a blackout in a few seconds. Emergency
Oh,
power
no.
running out.
Uh-oh.
all right, everyone, brace.
Blackout.
Shit again.
Gosh dang it.
I will run down to the server
Yeah.
rooms and see what's up. Everyone remain calm.
All right.
Can I go along with you?
You can count on me.
Okay.
No,
I
Get
guess
it
we'll
fixed
figure it out.
quickly.
You're right there.
Let's hope so. This is my house.
Is it dark like my
Back
Don't
up.
coffee?
worry, if anything happens, I'll punch him. Bloody
Yeah.
Kraken.
Even with
All
these
right.
No, I-
that was far more reliable.
Ryder, I've told you before, we don't have a Kraken in
You do
this
not know that.
sector. I'm
You
fairly
don't
certain
know
we
that.
don't have a Kraken in this sector.
Energy
Fairly
Plus,
restored.
this is a private home space. All right,
Ah,
energy
there we
back. Excellent.
Oh,
Yeah.
It seems to be just a simple glitch. Again, no evidence whatsoever of anyone externally coming in. It was just a glitch in the system.
That's
Still,
really
this is
strange.
This is the second similar glitch we've had today, isn't it?
Yes.
if you don't mind, I'm gonna go check on my herbal plants.
All right, Zero.
We have herbal plants here.
Plants, eh? Zero, mind if I tag along?
Real question is herbal plants as opposed to what other kind of plants?
I mean, this is a
Non-herbal
simulation. There are
plants?
plenty of kinds of plants here.
I'm just more wondering how she's getting access to the herbal plants in my house.
Yeah, that's the real question.
She is magic, you know.
I didn't even know I had a garden in my-
She is magical.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure she has
Yeah.
a suitcase which acts as like a little house or something. I haven't been here. I've only seen her going into the suitcase, but I'm not too
Oh
sure.
yeah, I think I remember that.
Ooh.
She is small
Absolutely.
enough.
I can
I should look
confirm
into the
she
mechanics on
can
that. That was
do
some-
that.
that'd be
It was a
really
neat
cool.
bit of magic and code. But yes, now that power is back, we can continue on with the meeting.
My plants are okay.
Nice, cool.
Oh,
Pour me some
good.
tea.
What kind of plants do you have? Just out of curiosity.
Stop asking questions. This is a serious meeting environment.
Yes, let's.
Magic
I need
plants.
to
Okay,
move on
fine.
with
I'll
the
I'll
meeting.
save it for after the meeting. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we'll have plenty of time to discuss and talk about these kind of honestly not important things after the meeting.
My
there are-
plants are important. Tom.
Yes, no, they are important, Zero, and that's why you could go check on them. However, there are important meeting topics that we do need to discuss.
Okay.
What a cute couple.
The plants will be all right, Zero.
The energy
But
alarm
anyway,
is going
the-
again. If
Not
I can
again.
interrupt.
Bloody hell.
Again.
Ah,
I have
I
connected
just
us to the
checked on my
emergency
plants.
battery power, so we have about 30 seconds. Familiarize yourself with your surroundings.
All right, everyone, brace
Okay.
for the next power impact. And while you're at it,
Come at me, Kraken!
there's no Kraken.
There's no
right?
Kraken.
5,
I will kill him!
3,
I think I might take a nap.
2,
Maybe this one.
Tom,
One.
you okay? Hug your legs.
Yeah, sure.
power out.
Yay.
Repeating power out.
I've got a kukri, I'm not afraid to use it.
There's no
Oh,
Kraken.
boy, come on, it's just a little bit of darkness.
Ah, great. Second time today, too. What even?
Ah, Ryder, the Kraken's got my foot.
Wait, what?
Help me
Oh,
out.
Where is it?
Right foot. Ryder, right foot. Right foot.
Ah!
What?
Ah!
Ah!
Wait,
I've got the energy
Honey,
back.
punch it.
Energy restoring. Energy 25%, 50%,
Lights are coming back on.
75%,
we're back on, alright.
100%. Lights on.
Oh. Ah,
Wait.
wait.
Wait,
Oh,
hold on.
Wait.
Dean.
Dean?
Dean, are you alright?
Dean?
Dean?
Miss Master Dean?
no.
Dean?
Dean?
Mate, you right
Dean?
there? Wake up, buddy. It's time to wake up.
Guys, I'm not feeling a
Dean.
pulse.
Oh, damn.
No.
Oh, no,
Right,
Please.
Is he really dead? Somebody confirm this.
I will run a
One
scan.
sec, let me check.
I don't know.
You okay there, Hisaki?
Calm down, calm down.
Hisaki,
We need to
Hisaki,
confirm
calm
this.
down, calm
Billy,
down, calm down,
Billy,
calm
take a
down.
breath. Take a breath.
Lots of his air was
Billy,
Billy,
Billy.
calm down.
Billy,
Billy.
take a deep breath.
He's dead.
Medical scan complete.
very good. Maybe.
Vital signs.
Honey, please wake up.
I can confirm that
Please
that
wake
is
up,
a dead
Billy.
end.
Billy, calm down, mate.
Billy, take a breath. Here, back.
Step out of it.
Breathe. Come
Everybody.
on.
Well, rightio, that just happens every day.
Okay, so have we confirmed, is Dean really dead?
Stark.
Yes, I ran a full
Okay,
medical
I
scan.
can-
He has no vital
Oh,
signs.
no.
And his link as well, that's dead. He hasn't just disconnected.
Wait.
No, not as far as I can
He's
see,
actually
unless there's
dead.
been another glitch.
Please.
Considering how many we've had today, it's always worth it to check. But if he really is dead, this is not very much not good.
Rightio.
That's an understatement. Really?
Billy,
Not
take a
Billy.
breath.
We've
No, I
all
didn't-
had our time. If I can speak here as the detective on this case, we can all stay calm.
Okay.
We can. Well, not this one in particular, but I've done hundreds of like these before. Now this one in particular stings a bit. Dean's a buddy, so it's got to be one of. There's no one else here. It's one of the other of you guys for sure, and I'll make sure that whoever it
Excuse
was
me?
faces
Excuse me?
the consequences of their actions.
The detective has a
No.
point.
What
A big
what are
enough
you
point where
doing?
it looks suspicious on him.
So you
Exactly.
guys,
Accusing us?
as of
Are
this
you
moment,
accusing us?
as
Nobody
as,
is being accused right now in particular, but this is a locked server.
you guys
section.
are
The fuck did I put my rum?
as of right
No.
now.
I cannot let
I'll be
this
requesting
slide.
your complete and utter cooperation as we progress throughout these this case to determine who this was.
Oh, I'm not cooperating with you, Mr. Sketchy Detective. You know
Excuse
all about
me?
these.
Excuse
You know
me,
all
Miss.
about murders. You'd know how to get away with one just as easily.
This is Wizard over here. Miss Hogwarts wannabe over here. I'll be hoping that you get that you cooperate with my my questioning.
I'll have you know Hogwarts is very inaccurate to the witchcraft subject.
Oh, is it really?
Zero, it's all right. Calm down. Everyone will need to cooperate with this one. I'm very interested in finding out who did this.
Yes, I.
Tom's got a point. So stay calm. I'll be asking you questions.
Of course, you'd be
Wait,
able
there's
to-
a knife in his back. Oi, 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 oi. There's a knife in his back.
Honey, honey, don't touch
yes,
it. Don't
we
touch
It's
it.
been noted.
But leave it there.
I
Don't
have
you
run
dare
a
touch his
full
body.
analysis scan of his computer. There were no signs of any
Speaking-
external cyber attack. Cause of death, critical injury.
So he was
So
murdered
wait,
in
he-
the simulation.
Hmm.
Right. Hmm.
Interesting.
Can I throw in some 2 cents if you don't mind, Tom and Detective
Yeah,
Sketch?
go ahead,
Sure.
Zero.
Please do.
So, Hisako, seem a little bit calm about this, don't you? And where were you when you went to go get the tea and coffee quote unquote. You creepy.
I've been in this room this
eyebrow.
whole time, Mistress Zero.
Really? Haven't been going to the kitchen to get the tea? No.
Yes, I have been into the kitchen to grab tea multiple times today.
And you didn't like grab anything else? Like
No,
a knife?
Mistress Zero. No.
Yeah, Zero. if-
Calm
if-
down, calm down, calm down, Zero.
How am I supposed to
That
grab
is-
this dead body?
Zero.
That is actually something we should check.
If we
Somebody go
calm
into the
down for a
kitchen
second.
and look and see if any of the knives are missing, or if it was someone
I'll
else's
take a
knife.
look.
All right,
I'll
If
take a
I
look.
can, if I can
It's my
request
collection, so-
compliance. Zero, 2 points to make. Firstly, I'm the detective, not you. I'll be asking these questions. Secondly, you're on the same kind of level as Hisako here, aren't you? You went to go check your plans, did you not? In fact, there's been a lot of suspicious people dodging in and out of this meeting today. I can't expect that people have been going in and out for exactly the reasons that they've been saying. At least not one of you. You're
Perhaps
equally
you
as
should start
suspicious as
asking
me.
questions that will find the murderer of my husband.
Yeah. Mysterious murder.
Yeah, detective, I have a question.
Lady.
Yes.
You are accusing us for murder. So how about you? Aren't you in
Me.
this room together with us?
I am in this
With
room.
the dead body.
However, as a
Yeah.
detective, it's my job to. Somebody has to take charge. It's going to be me. I feel like that's a non-question. It's a non-issue here.
And
And
who's gonna question
This is
you?
a fair point. I do trust James as or the investigator in this, and would like to hand him the main investigative role. on
Tom's
this.
speaking sense.
Tom,
Let's listen to him.
look how sketchy he is.
Zero, he may be
also-
sketchy,
my-
but he may be sketchy, but he's the most trained detective we have in this room currently.
Yeah,
So
so
it
you
may-
know how to get away with murder. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a point though. He was also in this room. If you recall correctly, I
consult the
did
dead
completely
body.
lock down this entire facility. No one has been able to enter or leave for the whole time. It must have been entirely either pre-planned or executed by someone that is amongst us.
Indeed. So no one is above
Which means that-
suspicion.
Audio.
If you guys want to suspect me, you have every right to. But I do not. I can assure you that it wasn't me. I mean, Dean was a buddy, right? I mean, there's no way I'm going to go around and literally stab his back like that. I mean, you guys can all make cases like that. That'll be my own. But as appointed as the official investigator by Tom, I'll be the one that's going around and making sure that all of you guys are complicit in my questionings.
Well, you better do it quickly and find the murderer of my husband.
Don't worry,
Yeah.
Hisako. We'll get things on. Of course, this loss is not as dear to me as it is for you. But as mentioned, Dean and I,
What do you mean by
Yeah,
that?
sure,
we Dean and I go back. There's no reason that no motivations that I would have. He was a.
Well, that's what we will find out, won't we, mate?
That's exactly the point.
Let's not start pointing fingers before we've even found anything out,
Too
everyone.
late, Tom. I'm pointing a finger.
Hmm.
You, Mr. Steel Body Man, who had to pee, even though you probably
Wait,
don't have to. Anyway, you were asking
sorry,
a lot
what?
of questions.
yes, I try
true.
to keep notes on some of the meeting happenings because I am in charge of stuff like that.
You know for a
Usually.
full fact that I am in charge of keeping the minutes for the meeting. I can talk
Yeah,
far
exactly.
faster than you can.
Zero and Spark makes sense here. In fact, Mr. Castle Crashers, if you have any explanations as to what you've been doing, then why you've been acting so pretentious today, why
I'm sorry,
you've
what?
been asking
Pick up my
so many
back.
questions.
I'm a curious person. I like to learn stuff. Also, what's Castle Crashers? I've never heard of that before.
Oh my! Is that not where you drew inspiration for your skin?
This must be just some really old game.
I guess. I don't know.
No, it
I
was,
bet
it was
he
a-
I
would
did
have
not-
remembered
He is
that.
a second-generation citizen. You can't expect him to know things that far back. It was probably
It was
designed
a
by his
fan.
father.
a favorite
I
game
bet
of
he
me and
would have
Dean.
remembered.
Yes, Dean probably would have remembered. Unfortunately,
aware-
Yeah, I remember that. I remember
If
that.
I'm aware, Mr. Cooper's avatar was designed by a man named Kata, who is also a second-gen citizen.
Is that where it comes from?
Yes.
Is that?
Yes, a talented artist of his time.
Indeed.
Interesting.
I remember contracting a few things out to him early on in the stage of the company.
Is he also a culprit of the murder?
No, he wasn't. He's not in the room
Yeah.
with us, so not
I'm
really.
afraid
Yeah.
Kata was arrested 15 years ago.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
Only
Ophelia.
15? Goodness.
Yeah, he was arrested and brought in, and we've had no further contact with him as a company since. For
I do
obvious
remember
reasons,
that.
we are trying to avoid getting entangled with the Mars Web government.
Well, then it's probably good that we already
Smart.
have a private investigator with us, isn't it?
That's
Right,
right.
actually.
There's
Agreed.
obviously a mole among us, and we will have to find them before someone else does.
Better question though is if they were to kill this person, the better question is why.
Okay,
That's a question that we'll
okay.
hopefully be answering as well. There's multiple phases to this investigation. Who is obviously the most important, but once we determine that, it'll be up to me to extort their motives, why they might have done this. No stone should be left unturned in this investigation.
I see.
And I think it goes without saying, but we're keeping this under wraps for now.
Of
Of
course.
course.
Naturally.
of course.
In fact, if I may suggest something to Tom and James, I have
Yeah,
already
yes,
put
go
this
ahead, Spark.
facility under complete lockdown. How about we don't leave?
If
I
I might
agree.
inquire,
I think that would be the best choice if no one was to leave.
That makes
What?
sense.
Not leave.
Yes. In fact,
I
that
want
prevents
zero.
people from going back to, if they had any pre-planning at their own servers,
There's a
they
murder
can't go
on here.
there
You can't expect us
to complete their
stay.
pre-mediation. I
Well,
appreciate the
what
thought.
will we
It's
do
a
if
great
the
idea.
murderer gets out?
What if you
I
do
don't
if the
know.
murder again?
Well,
Hopefully it
That's
doesn't come to that.
Then it would be less people to figure out.
if I may present my plan,
Brutal but pragmatic.
Please do,
Yes, go
Spark,
ahead,
please do.
Spark.
2 of us warpers, picked randomly by whoever wants to do it, will go to the real world. We will obtain a artificial power system and bring it back here to ensure that we do not have any more power cuts, as it seems like the villain was definitely making use of these. We will then make sure, as they are the only people that can leave this facility of any kind, that all warpers are completely supervised, and the rest of us will sit here and do the investigation.
I can't remember how to walk for the life of me. Haven't done it in 50 years.
That
I'll
seems like
keep you.
that's a very an airtight plan. I think that we should stick to it.
It
It's a
sounds good
if
to
I
me.
might, if I may though, if I might interject, I do believe there could be a potential that if one of the warpers is in fact the murderer, they might be able to use the situation to their advantage and get away. Would we have a way to guarantee that nothing would happen in
That's
Spark,
that?
why we're
man,
sending
Spark.
2.
Perhaps the one who leads first is the person who goes into suspicion first.
As they say, if you smelt it, you dealt it.
Well, at the moment we are
It doesn't-
running
Oh,
on a power bank which has already failed twice today. That is not sustainable. We'll have to do something in order to get the power back, and unfortunately, as Cooper is not the most handy of people, there is nothing here that I can do.
I can take a look at the power bank later
More
if you'd
stable
like.
power supply. And
As I'm aware, Cooper's suit has double the battery life of our entire facility.
The suit has batteries.
Yes.
How did you
Your-
overhear that?
Over here, what? We have batteries in the suit?
Yes.
Yeah.
it's like a toy.
Some avatars do have powered armor and powered gear,
Oh yes,
which
I
can
can tell
be
from my
used
scans.
backwards.
He's like a little toy. If I turn the wheel, does he move around?
Cooper, are you
That's-
unaware
if
that
you
your
turn the
left
wheel,
how
arm...
that works,
I will-
Ryder.
Cooper, are
If
you
you turn the
unaware
wheel,
your
I
left
will make
arm
sure you
is in
don't.
fact... If I may interject, Cooper's entire left arm is in fact robotic.
Oh.
That is very true.
That would make it
That's
somewhat
true.
easier to complete a murder in the short amount of time.
His
of
battery
blackout.
life can last over
I'm
1
sorry.
full-
Are you accusing me of the murder?
Oh no, I'm accusing
I
everybody.
mean, it is your own
Very
house,
much
mate.
so. Yeah, you know how to get in and out and where the knives were. It makes
Right.
sense.
You know the
This
entire
also is
layout.
your house, Cooper. Yes. So as of now, I will go ahead and publicly state that you are gonna go ahead and be my person of like the main person of interest. You do seem to have the most tabs on you for the time being. So I'm gonna say that can we please keep an eye on Cooper?
If I may,
collectively.
I will make sure
If I
of that.
may.
Noted.
I would like to interject. I may not have liked Dean as a person. I will be more than happy to admit that I was not a fan of Dean as a person. I'm not finished yet.
More motive for you
But
to kill.
just because I did not like him as a person does not mean I wanted him dead. I would have much rather had him change his ways than have him get killed.
Hmm.
And I can say that it would not have been me at all.
Why?
That's not my knife.
It's not true.
Why do you have a knife?
Wait, that's not your knife.
What do you
That's
mean
not my
it's
knife.
not your knife?
No
Where
one,
did it come from?
no one went to check the kitchen.
I checked the kitchen earlier.
It's not my knife either. I've got my knife right here.
I don't have
Well,
a knife. I just
I don't
need
even
to use
carry a
Please
knife,
allow
so
me
it's
to
definitely not
quickly
I
mine.
have my
Perform a
pistol here,
technology
but
scan.
that's about it.
Yes, Spark, please
Spark,
do.
please do. Yes.
I know it's not my knife, because I only use that for cutting wood, and it's locked up safe in a safe, so double safe.
Oh.
Yes.
I don't
Very
use
clever.
any other knife apart from my little baby here.
There are no
believe-
fingerprints on this knife at all, neither physical nor digital. This knife was not
Nothing.
produced in the simulation.
Not
So where
produced.
does it came
Not
Hold
from?
on.
produced.
Can you
How
So
did
you're
it get
saying
here?
that
further scans on that, Spark? Get any more details from it?
Yes, of course.
Please, do get on that. We'll see. Run as detailed of a scan as you can. Let's find out as much as we can about this odd knife.
Damn sketchy knife.
While we're on the topic, I think it goes without saying that Dean's body should remain untouched. So I think for points
great.
people that we need to keep tabs on, we need to have Dean's body monitored at all times to make sure that the culprit does not go back and tamper with the evidence. We need to make sure that all of us warpers have tabs on us in order to maintain the integrity of the investigation, to ensure that warpers are not leaving the premises. And I'd especially like at least one pair of eyes on Cooper at all times.
I can do that.
All right, thank you.
You only have one eye.
In order
If
to
I may.
accomplish these things, let's all try and stay at least in the same room or these two adjacent rooms here. That way it
Look,
makes
Lord
this
Zero,
easier.
Those who leave must have a buddy, maybe.
Look,
That just don't happen.
look, Zero. I may have one eye, but it's like a hawk.
You're also drunk.
Forget about that part. But I've perfectly.
Ryder, I want you to watch Cooper like he's the Kraken making off with your booty.
Kraken, where?
He's got your wife.
It was a metaphor, Ryder.
In a mechanical suit.
Wait.
Okay, Ryder have one eye, and I have one eye, so that makes two eyes. So why don't both of us?
Oh,
Thanks,
one
honey.
pair of
Watch
eyes,
over the
didn't I
body.
say?
Detailed scan complete.
Let's have the details.
It seems to have a very similar digital makeup as a lot of Ryder's weaponry. I presume from this, as my current theory of where he got his from, is that they were hand-coded by a warper on their own computer screen in the real world, and then it was loaded into the simulation. This is because there is evidence that it was actually created by a human. The code is irregular, rather than being detectable by the automatic scanners that look for the AI regulated code.
Do we have a knowledge then of who are warpers in this group? Tom, I'm assuming you would have that list.
I have the list. I am not myself a warper, and neither is Zero. But
I will admit I am a warper.
That would be
I am
me
a-
as well.
I am a warper, but I don't remember how to use it.
It's been a long time since I've done it.
Warping is
You
how I
remember
do
you
my
killed
job.
somebody? Because you are pretty drunk. Well, you were. Did you go into
Pardon?
a drunken rage?
So,
Drunken
Did you
rage?
kill him in
Oh.
a drunken rage?
as far as my records
Why
go,
would I kill him in a drunken rage?
as far as my
'Cause
records
you're
go,
drunk.
if Tom can confirm this, there are currently
that
4 warpers in the room: James, Ryder, myself, and Billy.
Yep.
I
yes, I can confirm that.
Yes.
Okay. That sounds about right.
And I presume there will be no
So that
reason to perform a scan on everyone else just to check.
All right.
No, I can confirm I've never seen the real world as much as I'd like to.
Well,
Me neither.
So that means basically it can't be me if I'm not a warper.
How does not being a warper
still
excuse you from the
possibly
crime?
be you.
Although the blade was made, it seems by a warper, that doesn't mean that it had to be used by a warper.
Exactly.
Although it
Can
does lead less doubt or less suspicion on the non-warpers here.
I can
Somewhat
reveal I
fast
have
to try and
warper
pick
descent,
yourself
yet
up.
I cannot warp myself.
That is a shame.
That's,
Mm.
that's
Full
good
warper
information. Really?
Ooh.
That's it.
Huh.
That's noted.
I mean,
noted.
that's weird. You're weird. You're creepy. I don't like you. I'm not
Oh,
interested
come on, be
in that.
nice.
I'm sorry. I'm really stressed
That
out.
does seem to make more sense. There
Yeah,
was
it's
absolutely
good.
no
It's all right,
background
Zero.
or backstory in any of the
Thank you,
archives.
dead body and Tom.
You know, it's interesting too. I remember reading somewhere way back in some of our older books that you could potentially become a warper by changing your own code. And I don't know if this is confirmed or not, but if it is, that could potentially put Miss Zero as a potential suspect as well.
What?
Why would she have
Really?
any need of
She
changing her
has,
code?
and plus she has no reason to murder Dean.
Yes, I am aware that Zero does have ability. Her ability to use magic is brought about by glitches in the mainframe.
That is what I'm saying.
How would
Defend
you know? You're just
yourself.
blaming me because I blamed you. You're
No,
like
I'm
a
not. I'm
snitch
not. I'm not
here.
blaming anyone because they've blamed me. That
No, I'm
I've,
talking to
I am.
the creepy tea lady.
I have attended many of these meetings.
Yes, too many.
And yet you're
You're
not
in
part
a
of
prime
the
position
circle.
for overhearing almost every conversation that goes in this company.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Yet I do not review anything, for it could cost my life.
Or
I would
days.
argue that she knows probably quite comparable levels of data as I have access to.
But,
I bet you know more than Ryder, because Ryder's always drunk.
Not
Wait,
always.
you know more
There's
than
been
Ryder,
one
you
or two
drunk
times.
It's not
One or
one
two.
or two times. You've been always drunk.
Look,
Tom does have a
look,
point
look,
here, though.
look, if I wasn't drunk the night I met you, we wouldn't be together. So think of it like that.
Yeah,
This
but
is
you
sad.
were drunk at that time.
No, but
I know I was.
Zero, I think, even though she has the capabilities of committing this murder, she's got the specs, so to speak. There's no reason at the moment that I would believe that she has any motivation to kill him.
I'm
So-
honored
No,
you think
both.
my magic is strong enough. But no.
So, do we actually have any other actual suspects then?
Well, that'll take time to find out, won't it? I mean, we're all suspects in this case. It's just that you,
Well, I mean,
you
naturally.
especially, naturally.
If
Just
I may,
because
though,
I'm-
if I may, there was something. I'm assuming you guys have been reading up on the codes that have been sent out over the past couple of days, correct?
Me, you?
Nice.
Please
Why
elaborate.
do you ask?
Well, a lot of those codes lately, I have not been doing. I have reason to suspect that Dean was actually the person that's been sending them, and all of them seem to have a very malicious nature. I didn't want to necessarily reveal that earlier on in the meeting because I didn't want anything bad to come of it. But seeing as he's now gone, I mean,
That's kind of as bad as it can get right now.
yeah,
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I can confirm this actually. Along with the
you can.
That's bad?
the just incredible amounts of glitches that have been plaguing our server recently. I was speaking to Cooper about it earlier actually. He seems to be quite fascinated by them. But anyway, they, as well as our normal communication about location and scans, there was also in the thousands of unciphered messages coming through the communication channels that I had to filter through about some topics that I'd never even heard of, and our own were just scattered in amongst them. But with that, there were some very, very deeply decrypted ones that could not be done by an AI, and I sat for a couple of hours and decoded them, and a couple of them did appear to be from Dean because of the way that they were worded.
So
Well,
that could possibly be a potential motivation for murder for someone else. I don't know what we can do with that information, but it might prove useful in the future.
absolutely. If you can save copies of those, we should definitely take a look at those as part of the investigation.
Please do.
I seem to have lost my copies of those. Spark, if you'd be able to.
Oh
That would
yes,
be
I've already
great.
started an
Yeah, we-
investigation file which James and I have access to.
Yes,
Pretty
absolutely. We don't have
suspicious,
to
Spark.
take a look at those right now, but I think after all of the commotion of the previous half hour, it's pretty safe to say that the official meeting itself can definitely be called off at this point, and we have to discuss this all later.
Do we
All
leave
business-
the reason
Yes.
to rot, or?
Do we have to leave?
We should at least cover the body. I think we can set it to not rot as part of the simulation in some fashion.
That will
However,
require warping access, but I will be needing to sort out the power anyway, as the levels are fluctuating much more than I can feel stable with. So if someone would like to accompany me after we finish.
I would be
I'll
more
do
than happy
that.
to accompany.
Not Cooper.
Spark, Ryder,
Sketchy.
you two go out, get a new
Aye.
power supply. We'll get that fixed up.
You'll remember
Good
how
call,
to
Tom.
warp, okay?
I'll try.
Be careful there, honey.
We will
Don't
do that
die. Haha. Ugh.
Well, I'll try not to, I guess.
No,
You
wait.
two
Don't be that-
should be all right. The rest of us will stay here and continue looking into this.
Are you
Yeah.
two planning on heading out now then?
Yes, we will leave and let us
Spark.
draw this meeting to a close. James,
Yes,
feel free to
aye.
set up whatever you need to. I will aid your investigation with whatever data you need.
Thank you very much.
All right.
If
Well, then
I
let's
may,
disperse. No, go ahead, Cooper. What did you need
I
to
was
say?
going to say, if I might make a quick accusation, I've noticed that Spark herself seems a little bit quiet on the subject, relatively speaking.
Thank you.
She,
I'm sorry, Tom.
you're welcome. I don't
Please
know.
elaborate so I can shoot down your evidence immediately.
Oh,
I'll keep it
What
to
I mean-
myself.
what is evidence?
In all of the years I've known her, Spark has always generally been quiet about most things.
Spark be a good
Because-
lad.
Because she's a
I just want to say
mean,
that Cooper's
may-
been trying very hard to shift the blame from himself as where it currently stands. So it's fine.
I
I'm
mean,
finding it
as
very
the
hard for
only
me to take you
person
seriously.
who is being seriously accused of this, I would very much like this blame to be shifted a little bit less on me only and a little bit more equally throughout the group.
And that will be
For all
my
we
job,
know,
not
Tom
yours.
could have done
You know what they say, guilty or not, if someone's chasing you, you're gonna run.
True.
That is a fair point.
Yeah.
Billy.
I have been in
Thank
that
you, Billy.
situation one too many times on the Seven Seas.
I
But
don't
Cooper,
doubt
if you truly are innocent, then as this investigation progresses, you'll find the blame shifted off of yourself naturally.
As
I
long
hope
as
so.
everyone cooperates fully, then this will hopefully be sorted out as quickly as possible so we can get back to normal business operations.
That
Yeah.
would definitely be preferable.
Because the longer we spend messing about with this, the more time there is potentially weakening the company.
Yeah, Tom, I was gonna ask, how about the deliveries that we're gonna need to do?
We'll put a temporary hiatus, at least for the next day, on delivering anything. We'll apologize to the clients as usual, but we'll try and get on track as soon as possible, Billy. Especially the very
I'm
important
assuming we'll-
deliveries. We'll get you back on those
I'm
as quick as we
assuming
can.
we'll need a official company policy on the incidents, as we cannot let this go out.
No, this incident is absolutely locked within the 9 of us remaining here.
Naturally.
The energy
It's
levels are
truly
fluctuating
lost.
lower and lower. It is becoming a state of absolute emergency that Ryder and I leave to fix.
All right,
immediately.
Spark, Ryder, go out, get that new power supply. Let's call this here.
Alright.